So, hi, we're gonna play a game. However, to some, this might not even look like a game, which is actually one of the best kinds of games. But you're looking at a game called Grey Hack. It can be very program related, programming, coding. It even has its own language inside, which to me is pretty cool because, there's so many languages you can use. What's another one in the game? But it's also very cool in the way that I've used some of these particular methods a long time ago, and the commands aren't honestly that different. They may be renamed or some things may be excluded from the name of the command that maybe, let's say, hacks you into your neighbor's Wi-Fi, but the game replicates literally the same process that you would actually do in real life in order to achieve that, removing and obfuscating certain things, which we could find and play around with. Uh, but this is a super cool game. I love it. Being able to scour the nets. You can play online mode or single player. I'm honestly going to maybe do online mode. And if anyone ever wants to have a hack battle, that'll be great. So I'm going to make a online mode account. And what this really does mean is that literally you and a bunch of other people code at each other. Cyber war in a controlled environment, of course. Um, so we'll start it off. I mean, this is going to be super stream sniping if I'm even trying to be good at this, but I don't even know if I can be that good at this because it is a whole set of ideas that I'm going to have to research to get a better understanding of how to maybe code for an exploit using a fuzzer to F around with data points or data reception to create errors in processing in order to drop or inject my own solutions that will hijack administrator, whatever. Those things are within the game's concepts, ideas, exploitation, hijacking a network based on certain things that may go wrong in the code. Or, I mean, literally, this game emulates a computer from the BIOS all the way up to the graphics card. So let's start. I'm going to show you exactly what this will look like and what we need to do to get started. Again, this is Grey Hack, great game. If you like to program code, if you want to learn how in a very ambiguous manner, albeit, but still very accurate to the original real life way of doing things, very directly relatable, but made ambiguous so that it's like, okay, you can't just start doing it in real life. You'll have to learn stuff and adjust if you ever decide to be a offsec individual. But let's go for it. So first we'll connect to our system. Let's see. And I'll probably remove my fat head. We'll see, maybe. Server failed. Oh, maybe because my antivirus. Let's try again. So I guess it does actually create an online emulated desktop. Here's the game right here. We're loading into a desktop, whether it's remote beats me, but I feel like it might be a remote system preloaded. Um, I'm gonna be zero. Um, computer is gonna be quirk. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, guess that. Yeah, cool. Oh. And we do have the ability to they've updated this a bit actually. That's nice. We'll probably go through the tutorial just so I can get a refresh on all the little details. And we'll probably finish at the end of the tutorial because potentially there's going to be a lot more I need to go over before I just start streaming this because I'm just going to be staring at guides most of the time. So, but for the case, there's a custom language that is literally used inside. Um, so I'm gonna start it here. We have the ability to uh, upgrade virtual hardware on our system for more RAM, more processing, more hard drive space. So you are literally in a server connection with a mediocre system that you upgrade by purchasing upgrades after you've created an income from countless different ways that you can make an income. So, this is an important question. Do you have experience using Unix commands? So, if you don't know what Unix is, think hacker movies with a black terminal. Now, think also exists in Mac, because Mac is a type of Unix system, which also relates to by cousin standards with Linux, which then you have Ubuntu, Linux Mint, all of the open source free systems that anyone can basically download and install on their system and never use Windows again. The only issue again here, which has been patched up for the last couple of years, um, has been the graphics card integration into Linux, gaming basically. But within the last 10 years, Steam has created its own uh, basically Linux gaming system. And with Steam's particular expansion into different hardware and the drivers they can provide, they've basically created support for Linux systems. And you can actually download Steam OS and just basically have a system with access to Steam apps, most, if not like 80 to 90%. So anyone that argues that Linux is inferior because maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago we couldn't do gaming on Linux systems, today it's definitely possible. In fact, not even gaming, but AI, artificial intelligence, is done on a Linux system as well. So, okay, here we are. What is it then that we're doing? We need to know some command lines, command line code, which we'll go over, don't worry. I know how to use that much. To continue, close this window and then double click on the file explorer. So we got a local file system. This is our little tutorial. So here's our way of organizing our files. Now this is also related to Linux and Unix. You have this home folder in a slash root, which basically describes in the root of your computer, you'd find stuff like drivers, like administrative software, like the basic components of your operating system. And then one of those folders is home, where the basic components are users that are inside of the system. So all the users are normally in home, underneath their own username. And there is, of course, a folder called root for the admin of the system that isn't shown here, but we'll probably be using very often. So right now we're looking at a Unix filing system, directory system. Uh, File Explorer is the system we're using. This is how it looks like. Okay, so there's your representation. Slash is your basically beginning point. There's nowhere before your CD drive, your network system, your boot, your USBs, your files on your computer, your operating system, your applications. All of them are in slash and basically organized the way you see here. There's more caveats within each bin, the bin for binary, system for system files, etc. for extra stuff, home for all the users, user for actually user-based applications, booting for all the booting sequences. There's a lot of files. You don't have to pay attention to that just yet. You are in path home. Oh, what did you want me to do? Go back? Okay, there we go. Here you can see all the folders that hang from the main one. At the moment, we are only interested in the bins. Now, we're basically going to find out what kind of programs we have installed on this system. And these are your typical programs. What do we see here? User bin. Okay, so I went to the bin. These are the system binaries, basically the very, very base components. User bin are the second level applications, uh, which is good. I like Scanlan. I forgot about that one. We have a map. A lot of these are already on the desktop too, so I'm not going to double dip on those. Okay, at the moment we're using interested in bin, the system folder, and the user binary secondary application folder. Go to the bin folder and press next. Oh, okay, I guess. Is this the one? There. By default, the command's used by the terminal. So this is for our own refresh sake. If you never used command lines before, here's your access to the hacking terminal. A tool is a tool, and a tool is what it is based on the individual that uses that tool. So call it whatever you'd like, but these are all tools that we use to work on a network or on a computer or in a system or whatever. So you see a couple at the very top. CD for change directory, LS for list. Normally we use LS to see where we are. We're currently in a directory with folders called desktop, downloads, and configure. There was PWD, I think, as well. This is my current working directory. There it is, PWD. So PWD shows me where I am. So in this zero, I have desktop, downloads, and config. So we communicate with our system with commands. Super old school way to do this. This is why I like this game. And honestly, for the most part, as a techie, I use the mouse less and less. Whether it's the shortcuts that's available throughout your operating system, alt tabbing, shift tabbing, control tabbing based on application, you don't ever really need a mouse. And I really, unless I'm playing a game, I honestly don't even use a mouse. So in this case, let's say we want to make a new directory for our normal files. I'm going to make mkdir, but I forgot to use the name something. So I'm going to do file, make dir files. I'm going to do ls to list again. There's our new files folder. And then from here, cd files will let me go into that folder. Now I'm in slash files, and you'll see the slash part. And then you'll see that my now current working directory is home zero files. Uh, all of these based on a couple of factors. Keep an eye for the dollar sign. This is how you can tell which one of these lines is a command and which one is a response. So this was a command. Nothing happened after I CD'd in there other than it's showing me files as a part of my new naming convention of the username. Zero twerk, the zero username at twerk computer and current location. This is a normal standard um, reply when you're connecting to a system. It tells you these things. Who are you? Where are you? And what are you looking at? Um, so zero twerk at files. Now, PWD does have a response, so that's why we have this. And there's no dollar sign on this line. So that's how you can keep track of, hey, this PWD with the dollar sign created this output. And managing this, these came out from the ls dollar sign here. So ls lists the directory. So keeping track of these dollar signs can help your eyes organize where we have input and output when you want to read something and want to check if something was ran correctly. Okay, that's all. So now user bin, who's already there. Next. So those are the command line applications. Now take a look at what we have here. Now go to the path. I did. I am. I'm here. Next, please. Next, please. Do you want me to do it here? I mean, I can if you'd like me to. No, doesn't matter which one. Now go there. All I has. Now go to the path user bin. Okay, so do I have to manually click it? Come on. Okie dokie. So what's the difference? Well, these technically I can't run. I mean, I probably can. Scanlan. So let's see. Scan dot slash scanlan dot exe. It's funny that's actually using an exe type. So we're in a Unix system, but we're using exes. That's kind of trippy. It should be a bin for bin or a deb for Debian if you want to go a bit specific, but an exe for executable? Hmm, I don't like that, but that's fine. I guess everyone's just used to exes, so this game is pretty watered down compared to the real technicals. By default, the command used by the terminal this. Yeah, okay, well, I'm there. You have a tutorial associated. Do you want to continue? Yes, that's what I've been wanting to do. Hello? Tutorial? My actual battery? Oh, jeez. Hold on. Oh, jeez. All right. Looks good. All right, we good. All right, so Scanlan's gonna show me something when I get to it. I think I just messed up the tutorial, which is fine. We can just speed run a little bit through this. So the first key is that we actually need to connect to a Wi-Fi. So here's a general list. It's intense. That's so many Wi-Fis. How is anything even working in this area? Why are there so many? The one thing I don't know is multiplayer. I wonder if these are actual Wi-Fi systems from other multiplayer players, and will that be based on geographical location? Because normally I open this up and I see three or four. This is like 1,000. So I'll be careful where I connect for now. We'll have to do that for sure. In fact, here's some things. Log empty. This is a log for connections. We can keep track of who's connected to our system. Um, we should have mail. We don't have an email account yet. Browser, connect to the internet, notepad. Wasn't there a chat or something someone was supposed to do? Okay, maybe find an account, open, whatever. Give me something. No. Do I have any hacking? I don't think I have Airmon. Yeah, I do have Airmon. Okay. So this is where the ambiguity. Oh gosh, no. Okay, let me just go back. Think of the terminal as a kind of file explorer. Da 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 da. Great. PWD. That's where I am. Great. I know. We already went through this. Great. Oh, you want me to do this now? Guess we're continuing the tutorial to list all the files. ls. Cool. I need to learn how to create folders. I know, and make dir. Okay, now I'm not gonna go ahead of it because I'm gonna screw up. cd desktop ls make dir test. Great. Terminal relative path. Woohoo. Removing is with rm. Remember that. R is for directory because there's going to be files within it that you have to delete one by one. So R is only if you're doing a folder with files inside, which I really will be doing because it is a folder, but I didn't put anything inside. Okay, we are on the path desktop. Let's go back to the path. Yeah, I know. All right, two dots, two dots. Keep in mind backwards and forward. Do you ever remember the back arrow in your file explorer? Well, that's the two dots when you do cd dot dot, which is going back one directory. So from here, desktop, we just went back to the original home directory. And inside of this directory is desktop. So we're going to get some computer knowledge up in here. Maybe some of you guys will enjoy a little active learning on the computer techie side. And it's fun to do it in an environment where, I mean, any one of you can literally make an account and try and hack me, and then we have a war happening. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. I think it could. If the right amount of people and the right-minded people go for this, man, we could have ourselves a interesting cyber war within this game itself and learn a lot of things. All right, so I'm not connected. Username, config, next. Can also run folder anywhere in terminal cd without parameters. Okay, I'll tell you later. Okay, wireless. Right, this is what I need. Da, 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 da. Your computer is equipped to wireless network. To see, yeah, it's time to get access to the network. Fast network, manual, and click get started. All right. Now we're gonna hack it. Getting started. First steps, libraries, Airmon, double. Yeah, okay, there we go. This is the one. So tutorial is literally gonna be like Googling or opening up the man pages. Welcome to the man pages. Man for manual, not man for gender. The manual pages will teach you everything at any point in time on anything you want to learn. Luckily, everything has a manual from taxes to computers to figuring out how to replace a fuse on your fridge or on your TV. There's a manual for that. But the will is also a factor, not just existence of a manual. So we're going to be using the manuals here to kind of get through this. So here's where it gets fun. Airmon, Air Replay, and Air Crack, they're not named so differently. There's a reason they all start with Air, and there's a reason why they're kind of used in the way that they are. The idea is these pieces of software are legitimate pieces of software. It's just missing certain letters, and I'm going to be, um, for now, we'll see, but I'm going to be ambiguous about it because people can go in the wrong rabbit hole when they go into it. But a couple of letters missing. The air suit basically is related to using Wi-Fi, decrypting WEP back in the day when it was super easy. Today it's even easier. But even WEP, WPAs and WPA2s can be cracked over a long period of time. There's just a certain gathering point that you have to monitor, airmon. You have to monitor your airwaves. Sometimes you may need to air replay or force a system to restart and send kind of a beacon that you're looking for. And then finally, when you have enough of these beacons from listening and from interacting with said machine and resetting it, you can have a file that would be your encrypted beacons, and then you use a software called AirCrack to de-encrypt that packet. And sometimes it could take a week. For WEP, it could probably take a couple of days. But for WPA, depending on the signal, how many packets, how active it is, it could take you weeks to months. So it depends on the security also. The less beacons it sends out, if it's a hidden network, it's not really communicating and showing itself, so there's less signal related. Um, but most routers will continuously send a beacon, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm here. But that's a security issue. For usability, it's perfect. But for security reasons, you don't always want everyone to know what where your door is, right, and what your password is, especially if you're using an open Wi-Fi. Anyway, so we're going to be using this Airmon. First, we got to set our wireless card into monitor mode, which means Airmon to WLAN 0 true. Okay, okay. Oh, start, right. Airmon start WLAN 0 start monitor mode. There we go. Now it's on true. IW list. Take a look at the networks around us. Okay, IW list of WLAN 0. There we go. So we're gonna go for the highest percentage, 50%, 73, 85, 88. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna need a notepad. Always keep a notepad ready and make things faster. Oh, come on. Please tell me that you guys incorporated a copy. Thank God. Okay. So Airy Play, BSSID, ESSID, got them both. Okay, so Airy Play, the usage of these is not actually as it should be. Oh no, wrong button. Uh, because the first case was to set the monitor mode on. There we go. The second set would be to just listen. You don't have to interact or do this association request and sending a deauthentication to make it reauthenticate. You don't have to do that. And the normal way you do this in real life, you just listen and you grab packets from all around you. If you want to accelerate the process, that's when you use air replay because that's what will actually be quote unquote the illegal part of the whole process, where you're actually interacting with someone else's Wi-Fi system. And this process would literally F up their Wi-Fi, meaning they're watching YouTube, it's not streaming anymore. And once it reaches the end of their buffer, they're going to be disconnected and they're going to be like, wait a second, how come I don't have internet? Most cases, it's because of these replay factors where you're actually disassociating two units that are actually connected, and then they're forced to reconnect, sending the encrypted packets that are important for connection stability and encryption decryption so that you're on the network, aka password. And the more that they try to reconnect because you're replaying your own attacks, these replays are meant to be like that, a repetition, a continuous breaking of a chain, and then they try to form the chain, send the packets out, you catch them, you replay, break the chain again, they reconnect, more packets, break the chain, and a continuous. Now, we got so many packets, we probably don't need this many. And of course, this game, you're looking at a, how long did that take? 30 seconds? Generally speaking, I would say 70,000 packets or acknowledgement are really what you want to go for if you want to get a very good one. I'm going to test this out maybe with about 25,000. I think it should be fine. I think I played this before and like 10 to 15,000 was good enough. Mm, but in reality, it takes more, which takes even more time because by the amount that we have 18,000 right now in real life without acknowledgement, if you want to do it silently, you're looking at maybe like 100 packets right now. You'd have to have a dedicated machine just constantly sniffing. So very inconvenient. But I'm just gonna go for it now. So we can do enter, we can do a control C to cancel. We save the capture file, ls. This is where the file is, file.cap. I'm gonna mv my file.cap to file slash captures. Can I do that? I don't think I have that folder. Did it make it? I hope it made that folder. Let's go files. Let's go to files. Okay. Let's go to captures. No, it doesn't have captures. I moved it to something that doesn't exist. Okay, so did it actually move then? That's so weird. No, it didn't move it. Okay, good. It didn't give me an error that it couldn't move it. All right, so I'm gonna make dir in files first, call it captures, and yeah, CD to files, and that like there's something weird about this. Uh, you would be able to do something like this, like an external directory creation. I'm gonna move file.cap to, well, nope, nope, file, crap. Oh God. Okay, let's do it again. Move file.cap to file, the, and capture. Okay, so now we go to file slash capture. Now I'm also going to rename this. I'm going to rename by using the move command. This is actually how renaming happens. I'm going to take file.cap and I'm going to rename it to scov.cap so I can at least remember the Wi-Fi network that capture file belongs to. And now we're going to do an air crack as code. No key found Mangu. I mean, this is kind of also lame. There's more to it than that, but that's basically how it works. So now we can go to oh, there's so many freaking networks. How does anything work if you have cancer if you live in this neighborhood? That's just so much. Mangu. There we go. Now we're connected. So now the fun starts. So now we've actually hacked our first Wi-Fi network, gain access to an internet. The internet's gonna browse, it's gonna reveal the rest of the world to us. So the first thing we need a bank account. Oh wait, no, I think the first thing we need an email account. Okay. To search Google mail mail services. Okay, we don't have one, so let's do zero and da 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 registration. Okay, open your mail client to access to your account. Okay, great. Oh, right. Forgot I'm in an actual mini operating system. There we go. Hi, you do not know me. This is our first mission. I monitor new users who register on remote machines like the one you are using. You may want privacy for some projects you're developing, or you may want to earn some money like most people. If you're interested, I can give you access to my private server, but before that, I need you to do something for me. Consider it a test. I need the credentials of this email belongs to, and the mail clients leave a configuration file. So we have to SH into another system, grab some information, and first we need to do some scanning. So first, actually, now that we're connected to a Wi-Fi, we can just scan LAN. Let's see our networking environment. So where are we? Is that us? Switch. No, it's switched. Okay. I'm here. This is us. Okay, so we are this device connected to this hub. Show the subnet. And then you've got a CCTV, device detail. Okay. Can I ping simulate? Okay, ping through that server. Kind of trace some networking here. Very nice stuff, but it may not be interesting to us. Some of these might be actually interesting, like this subnetwork here. This is a big server boy, and this is a big server boy. Maybe they got some good monies in it, but we can't really do too much within a network just yet. We have to really depend on direct interactions. So the mail client leaves the configuration. We have a name. Okay, I'm gonna leave this, save this as files, note, and this is going to be captures, save, and then I'm gonna make a new note. And we do have a code editor, which we should get to at some point, but I'm writing some notes down. We've got an email and then her direct IP. So IPs are tricky. If you don't know how IPs work, here's a summary. There's a lot of different IPs. That's the important part. But for the most, everyone that's inside of your house using the internet, you're all the same outside IP. So if you use AT&T, they give you as a family, as a house, one IP address. That's different from like your phones. If you're using mobile data, well, you have an IP associated with your mobile data. Mm, but generally speaking, everyone in your house has the same IP, and then it breaks into sections inside of your router. TV's connected wirelessly, phones connected wirelessly, your sister's phone's connected, your parents' phones and tablets. They all have small IPs inside of your house. But all of those are the main address. So you can think of it as an address to a house or a digital address that your internet service provider gives you when you pay for internet. In this case, this is kind of what we're looking at here. This is the external IP. So our test, first, I will try a direct connect through HTML to port 80 not found, which means the computer is not running a server for the web, which is fine. Most regular computers don't run Apache servers. So then we're going to ping with a regular packet. Ping successful, great, but you're not telling me details, which probably don't matter. All right, so we're example ping usage. Okay, it's not the same type of ping. Says successful, then it's fine. It means we've connected. Um, Normally this is where you would get milliseconds, the ping that you have in your game. If you're playing League of Legends, Apex, whatever you play, there's a little ping. 60 is good, 40 is great, 20 is amazing, 100 to 200 sucks, and so on and so forth. It gets worse. Um, but in this case, it doesn't take account ping at all because it's a game, and I'm pretty sure if it's connected, it's connected. Doesn't matter if the pings are different. So another one, what was it? Nmap, netcat. Something we need. We need some tools for this. Terminal mail code editor. We have a local scan for the LAN. We have ifconfig. We list our Wi-Fi's. Sudo for admin privilege, passwords, nslookup, group add, ping, airmon. That's the problem. Apt get. Can we download some apps? What do we have? Search, show, repo, update. Okay. So this is fun. This might actually be useful for us. Apt-get is a way for Unix systems, which again, it's interesting because we just saw exes everywhere, which is a Windows executable convention. But now we're using apt-get, which is a Linux kernel system for application management. I'm so confused at what system we're in. Let me just bring back that window to further obfuscate my point. A bunch of exes over here saving. No, cancel that. And now we're doing Linux. So let's do an upgrade. Normally, when you first install Linux, that's good. Maybe. Normally, when you first install Linux, you're normally installing from some copy and some date. And when you install it, it could have not been updated to the latest file, or there could have been more updates that just happened at that time. So you would run two commands at the first moment you get a chance to update to actually update the catalog of what you have on your system. And then after that, you upgrade, and then it can check the catalog, updated catalog, can check it against what you have on your system, and then give you, hey, we recommend you install some of these security components, for instance. So apt update, apt get update, and update and upgrade. Those are the two commands that are normally run as soon as you get a chance to load into your operating system. So that's good. It still doesn't help me because I still need Nmap. So now we're gonna look for some downloading sections. We need more tools, and hopefully we can find them for free. How much money do we have is the question. Okay, I can't have so many RAM, right? Let's kind of go back a bit. Again, we do have a system with limited power. So here's how we upgrade hardware installation. Processor is a 1 gigahertz, 1 core QGA generic. Network card is a Wi-Fi monitor, support quality 5 health, RAM 128 megabytes. Oh my God. It's got good health though. 350 megabyte size hard drive. This is like we're in a system back from like 1998, 95. Power supply 100 watts for power. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely tiny. Uh, what's these? Okay, so change gives me all the details of my individual components. So this is where we mess around with some of the hardwares. We don't need to do anything yet, but we do want to search some stuff. Let's do, what was it? NCAT, Nmap, Nmap. There we go. Who is plus Nmap? Commands if not is valid param, then exit. Command Atlas, ng host computer network, then it lost no internet access. IP address. So this is the language that actually exists. Someone looks like they made a website in the game. And this website is dedicated to just these lines of code. If not is valid IP. So if it's not is valid IP, if it's valid, it becomes true, and then we don't exit. But if it is invalid, we exit. Okay, that makes sense. If not get shell, host computer is network active. So this is checking if you have internet access. If that's the case, you take the first parameter, give it to the IP address, is LAN IP. So I'm guessing this is LAN IP. It's possibly asking the question, is this IP on the local network? That becomes a true or false. If true or false, then router equals get router. So if that's the case, then we can use a function called get router. Where is it coming from? That's the big question. But get router, we save it to here. Oh, if LAN is IP. Okay. Automatically, if LAN is IP, that will be the IP of the router. If that's not the case, then it'll be another way to access that IP address, which is to run the function with the IP address in it to search probably for an actual router. Trippy. Okay, well, that's not what I need. Close, but I think it's the same one. It's different names. That's the one thing I don't understand. And the worst part about this is you have to go back every time. I can't do extra tab. Oh, yo. Okay, these are good. Project. And map. Ah, the script. Beautifully done. Scans network for open ports. That's what we want. Great. All right. Main. No. 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 Oh, no, 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 no. Clover. Project. Get files. Shop. So everything is a consideration to shopping? What the fuck? Okay, I guess we don't have files here. Given maybe he, because you have control over everything. You have the ability to make websites, to put on pages, to make your own designs. I don't know about designs really, but this game gives you full access to a whole new network, sub-network, if you will, that relates to the game. It's like the whole network coded from scratch and everything. Okay, I'm feeling lucky. Just take me somewhere. Page not found. Great. The best way to go. Feel lucky. Remote server has been temporary. This is not. That's what happens too. You don't pay your in-game money, your server gets deactivated. Welcome to real life. Ish. I might be serving files until further notice. Someone's a little grumpy. The Nexus archive. Great, great. Eventually, I'll find. Hackers movie, 1989. Go watch it. I think it was 89 or 88. Somewhere around there. Hackers is the name. Hackers movie. We'll be back soon. Is everyone just not paying their server bills on this game right now? Bonds. Batman's World. This is like the dark web if the dark web wasn't just disgusting. It's a bunch of retards making random stuff. That's great. I love it. But the dark web's really horrible. Okay, okay, kind of. Okay, so we do want Metasploit. That's how we're gonna gain access to software. Hacking them internally. I'm gonna do libraries in here. Or I guess if we want to set up a Bitcoin server or we want to access through a more secure network. Okay. VBT Viper. I don't know these. I remember using them before. I like them. I do have limited space. I'm gonna bookmark this place and we'll be back to that later. I don't want to get too, what's the word? Ambiguous or overzealous with downloads because last time I downloaded everything and I had space for nothing. Okay, so Viper is one of our places. Good, good. Let's see if we can find Nmap. Nope, nope. Very limited interactivity with these pages. Someone got website overtaken by shadow hunters. Can I actually access this? Shadowhunters.org. Nope. Can I go to google.com? Nope. YouTube. Nope. Search.com. I can't even go to that one. Oh, it's just search. They put an extra E. Anyway, someone got hacked. It's a versatile tool created by virus. Unfortunately, discontaining the tool covers features like basic terminal commands, a functional Vim command for quick file editing, employed decryption method for data security. Additional disclaimer: I'm aware there may be bugs. However, I'm currently busy working on something better. No, no. Is it just an editor? A Vim editor? It's basically telling me it can do basic terminal commands, which I can do when I open up my terminal. And I can do Vim, which is essentially just editing text. Okay, so there is no Vim in my terminal. I have to edit everything through the notepad. Notepad. I mean, maybe I won't need a Vim just yet. I like Vim unless I really directly need to work. I'll go ahead and bookmark that. Unless I have to do work solely from a terminal, I don't see the reason to use Vim. Root obtained. Look at that. Somebody also found got hacked again. Congratulations. Some people not paying their dues, other people getting hacked, rooted by lone wolf. That's not what it's called though. You don't root a website. Your files are now mined. All non-essential software has been deleted and your website has been seized. All your base are belong to us. A bear or a lion might be stronger, but a wolf doesn't dance in the circus. The lone wolf. Oh, this is cringy. Jaisa. I'm considering there is a specific individual. What was his name? There's a hacker manifesto. That's the one thing. Let me see. Hacker manifesto uh by the mentor, right? The mentor, was that him? Pretty sure. But there was something along the lines of wolf. Oh no, no, he was the mentor. He was the mentor. Was there a wolf mentioned here? No, okay, there was no wolf. But this is like the things I do, manifestos. It's nice, poetic, and it's goddamn true. But this guy's is just ridiculous. Your files are not mine. All your base are built. Can you give me more memes you've seen about hacker movies and then put them on your little hack here? Great. Good job. Good job. IT help desk. Yep, that's gone. Feeling lucky. OmniNet. Hey, who we are? Omni Corporation, marketing developers and supplier of testing analysis. Oh, they have a Discord. That's fun. Kind of curious. Kind of curious, but not going to snipe myself. Let me see. I'll let you know if this is any interesting. I do like finding random jewels here and there. Add server. Oh, expired or come on, man. Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee. How you gonna let your Discord expire? Or maybe just this particular code. Oh, that would have been fun. Yeah, and Valor expired. Well, they haven't updated that in ages then. There's nothing on this website for me going on. Oh, anonymous. Hi. Okay, password generator. That's fun. Capture the flag. Trash source. I like sources. Actually, I'm going to get the sources. This is how you learn how to make the codes. Nope. What are you doing? There's a folder inside of a folder, and the folder is a source inside of a source folder. Why? Whatever. It did something weird. The system's a little odd. All right, source on Caesar cipher. Is that a Caesar cipher? Is that what it's about? That's not useful, but learning material. Encrypt time? That's a good time to kind of take a stop doing that. Why? This is becoming the most messiest folder I've ever created. If you so much as like switch your mouse in the middle of moving, the command that this game wants you to do changes. Okay. Which means now I have multiple copies right here, which I do not need. All right, so okay, hack shop. That's where we are. We're in a hack shop, right? Great. The help is back. The tutorial. Congratulations. Anything else you want to tell me? SSH server. Okay. Don't have that. Although, let's see. This is how you find exploits. The exploit section. But these are specific types of exploits concerning libssh. So, okay. How does any of this work? How does hacking work? If you're doing actual hacking, if you're taking a piece of software, disassembling it, you will always know as a programmer that one piece of big software is created from tiny, smaller libraries, smaller pieces. And you can see here libssh for communication outside between different computers, FTP for file transfer, HTTP for web servers, SQL for database management. These libraries are super simplified based on what we see a computer to be able to do. However, SQL, SMTP, HTTP, any of these in real life will have like 1,000 other libraries connected to it. So to simplify the process, the game shows you what we see on the technical level as web servers, HTTP, I'm downloading a movie, FTP, I'm connecting to see if uh, I have access to my bank account, SSH, looking through all my social media, SQL, SMTP, check my email, see if someone messaged me. The chat protocol, which I don't even know if it's being used, but it is also a case for like AIM chat, my Pigeon, which is a secondary, ICQ back in the day. God, there were so many messengers with their own chat libraries, right? Mm. But in the end, that's how you exploited something. You're able to take apart a file of a small file of a bigger system and then find that there's some inconsistencies, and then you post your access to the overall application when you find an exploit and the way that it communicates to the outside, or an exploit where the FTP doesn't securely do something, so you have for a split second access to a root account or website port errors or open gaps that you can be connected to, whatever. Those are specific to each type of um, library and what it does. So being able to have an exploit for one of these can compromise the whole system. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. So, for example, an SSH server has the libssh.so library. That's the libsho. Yeah, the SO. So all these are SOs libraries. This is what a SSH server has. Okay. As these vulnerabilities are exploited, library developers will discover and patch them, publishing updates so that any system administrator can patch it. Due to the nature of the software development, library updates will bring you errors and vulnerabilities that users may exploit. Therefore, some versions will be safer than others. However, the latest version is not necessarily the safest. There could be a case where, yeah, the update doesn't quite work out the way you wanted it, and you patched up 10 things, but you opened up one thing, and that one thing is very bad, but the 10 things were not so bad, you know? They might be a one for one magnitude, but yeah, if you can hack one thing easily, then you have exploit to the whole system. So to search for exploits in the store, you have to select, we did. Ta-da-da, you can easily classify exploits into two classes. Remote exploits are those that can be run from any computer. This type of vulnerability is reserved for libraries of programs that have services open to the outside. SSH, FTP, SMTP, and SQL. In description of the exploit store, it is detailed what type of permissions are obtained, root, guest, or common user access on the machine. And so these should tell me, it gives me non-root user, which is okay for certain cases because we can communicate from the inside out and then potentially find more information on that machine or a subnetwork that can get us root later. So really depends on how we act on things. But you are taking advantage of a vulnerability in SSH service to inject your password. Okay, that's the setup. The exploit of a local user can only be executed from the machine since they use vulnerabilities in the library. So the exploits of local use can only be executed from the victim's machine. So basically, drop a exploit, open it up on their machine, then they get hacked. You can't hack them by opening it up on your computer. You have to send it to them. So you're thinking of file transfer protocol for the file and then SSH for the activation. Those two exploits would be ideal. Then you wouldn't care about the SQL and everything else involved. This means that in order to successfully run a local exploit, you first need to have gained access, at least as a guest. Right. Usually this exploit is used to escalate privileges. For example, if you have access to the victim's machine but only with the guest, you will not be able to do much. But you can upload a local exploit and then get actual root. So, since some vulnerabilities require that specific behaviors occur in programs in order to exploit it, some exploits need certain requirements to be met. This device to save some money and hire a rented server where you can do your tests and prepare the next attack in a private without the danger of alerting the authorities. So anything you do on an illegal level in this game, which is also pertains to real life, you would never do this kind of stuff, play with code and that's malicious on a local machine. Because if you lose control of something that you may have created and it leaks, they can figure out where it came from very quickly. And I'm talking about viruses. Like if you create something that is meant to spread and you activate it and it spreads outside of your test machine, you were like, oh, I was just playing around with computer programming and viruses, but now you've released something really bad. Well, you're gonna get fucked. So consider those factors. Um, it's not, yeah, okay. It's very much frowned upon. When you select an exploit to buy it, you have the option to download source code and look at the details inside. Libraries often have hidden vulnerabilities, exploits published in hack shops. These vulnerabilities can be scanned with the scan lib. If you're interested in programming, check the scripting section. We're going to be doing this. So yeah, we are interested in programming. Check the scripting section. This is all for now. You can close this window. Great. Didn't really tell me much, and I forgot where I was now. So we got the email. I found this place for a bunch of places and things. The tools are just script. The download is just this. Capture the flag. That was an interesting one. Here you can complete missions created by other players as well as create them to earn extra money. By accepting one of these missions, a virtual network will be generated where you can access to complete it. These virtual networks have some limitations compared to real networks as you cannot access the outside from them. Access the outside from them? As you cannot access the outside from them? Okay, CTFs are only available in multiplayer mode as they require interaction from other players. Okay, interesting. Haven't seen these, and I'm not gonna go for that just yet. But I do like this website for the capture the flag. However, I do want a bank now. Let's just go back to a bank. I think we needed to get this set up. Great. Login. Yay, monies. Bank these. Woohoo. Okay. So our job, we got the main pieces set up. I still haven't found Nmap. We have this IP address that we're focused on. Can I do trace route? Hmm. But I have to send her an email? Can I open more RAM? Yeah, it's in real quick. New button. Tutorial. I don't have tools available on the computer. To create new email. Aha. That's the one. That's the one. You want to skip? No, I don't want to skip, but I want to open it. Not enough RAM. Too many terminals. That's what happened. Terminator. Terminator. All right, mail. Back to mail. Right. Yeah, so do we do a fishing? We do a fishing. We do a fishing. We direct it at this chick. No, this. We do a fishing. But that's the thing. This chick is a regular user, not someone that can help a user. Hello, I'm the administrator. The problem with the login server. You do give me your password to solve it, otherwise I have to proceed to erase your account, create it again, and you will lose all your data. Okay, that's more appropriate. However, now we want to find the admin to this website. So what do? We go to who is? Was that it? Or is that the command? Let me see. Normally it's a command. Yeah, okay. They made it in a command. You can also do it online. Who is this? Okay. Okay, well, can I ping him and then find the IP from that? See, that's the thing. You can do that on the regular computer. Okay. So I need a public IP address. Let's go here. Um, Anything? We go in places? Nope, nothing. Okay, great. No loading, no processes, no. Whoa, whoa. Don't exist. Hello, hello. Okay. So that's the email. Uh, I need to find the IP. Well, actually, wouldn't that be the IP? Duh. That note gave us the IP. I don't need to. That's the whole server IP? Maybe. So maybe that's where her source is coming from. Administrative contacts. Okay, grab that, copy. Aha, there we go. Emil Ansik. And now we send as that. Oh, did I fuck up? Hmm. Oh no, that's over here. Uh, copy, paste. Okay, maybe no. Maybe I did mess up. I sent it to myself and the game thought I was an actual email. Email system is a little weird. I think I've done that before. Why is it doing that twice? Why is it sending it to zero? Subject from. Okay, from uh, the cipher. Yeah, right. So this is the email we're actually working with. That is Giselle. And mail client leaves a configuration file on the person's computer. I'll put it this way, IP address. I have a tester program that may be useful. You may need some legitimate tools. Recommend you look for the shop on the net. Answer this email with the password that I need, and we can continue to talk. So it does sound like this is a shop hunting version. So I gotta find those shops, download some stuff, but I think I'm done here. That's the whole idea. A lot more stuff that we're probably gonna do. I'm probably gonna do my own non-streaming version, just finding all the tools I need and getting back into the programming. But yeah, expect to see this. This is a fun game to do. Also educational on the computer level and the hacking level. So it's also in my realm of informatory, informational content. So we'll do more. But for now, deuces.